Thank you for joining us. My name is Trina, and Amy and I are so glad that you were able to come to hear our workshop and learn more about natural solutions that can help you and your family. On our team, we learn by immersion. So since Amy is newer, I will help her do this workshop. And then little by little, as she becomes more comfortable, she will then help the next person. And so we share and learn and grow. Tonight will be about 30 minutes long. If any point you want to remember something, if it's super important to you, if you're on your phone, you can turn your screen sideways, and then that way you can screenshot and save those ideas and images to your phone. Most people know doTERRA for their essential oils, but today we are going to talk about foundational wellness, which is actually their supplements and their number one seller. Before we get started, I want to share a little bit about how essential oils work. I actually, for the last 10 to 15 years, have used some essential oils, but I just didn't understand the depth of their resources and what all that they could do. And I didn't really understand how they worked and why they worked. And I think if I would have just grasped some of these concepts sooner, I would have really benefited and helped my family even more with essential oils. I know Amy's been on an oil journey for years. She probably knows a lot more about them than I do, but I just want to go ahead and lay a couple of things out here for you if you hadn't heard about them either. In this image, you'll see a cell, and on the inside of the cell, you can see there's a virus. On the outside of the cell is the bacterial infection. Now, if you end up with some sort of bacterial infection and you go to the doctor, they will often prescribe an antibiotic. But if you have a virus, they'll say, well, go home, drink water, and rest because there's not really anything we can do about a virus. But essential oils at their basic level are pure plant extracts. And because humans and oils are both carbon-based, our bodies they naturally work together. And they're compatible with our bodies because those oils can permeate the cell wall to support health, literally at the cellular level. This is important to understand because a lot of supplements in our line contain essential oils. And the reason for this is that the essential oils open up the pathway for the vitamins and minerals to enter at the cellular level. This is why so many people are feeling better and having such amazing testimonies. Those oils permeating that cell wall and meeting you at a cellular level. If you only had one car for your entire life, wouldn't you take good care of it? Let's just dream for a minute on that. Would you skip oil changes? Would you put the best fuel in it, or would you chintz out? Would you ignore strange noises or dashboard warning lights? No, of course not, because this is your only car and it has to last a lifetime. Well, we only get one body. Why is it that we care for it even less than we would for a car? Amy, were you going to share on this one?
I would be glad to because I find this to be so true. The older I get, just the more you invest in your health, the less you have to go to the doctor, or the less you have to have expenses through sickness and illness. And I've just learned that just in the last couple of years. I've not been a super sick person ever before, but like as we start to age and these achy joints and all of these things start happening, and you're just like, oh wow, okay, I think I need to be taking better care of myself. So I just so agree. I feel like we're either going to pay for our sickness or we're going to pay for our health. So we might as well do it the best way and have great health.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. It's really simple just to buy the cheap processed foods and not work out and invest in other parts of our home, like our cars and our phones, and not our own well-being. But health, we do often just cut that short.
I agree. I agree. So this slide has a whole list of health concerns that you may be experiencing. Maybe you're experiencing all of them, maybe only one or two. For me, before doTERRA, I was having just a little bit of things happening. Well, for the last 2 years, more things, more and more things. But some of the biggest ones were bloating, digestion issues, shoulder and hip joint just throbbing and pain. It would keep me up from sleeping at night. My lower back, I always had lower back issues. Well, since I've had the kids anyway. And I just kind of thought after having 3 epidurals and 3 children and carrying around all heavy things, that's what I was going to be. I was just going to live with that for the rest of my life. I'd probably injured myself, somehow. I've tried chiropractic. I've tried lots of supplements. I don't love taking, over the counter medicine, nonstop. But I found when I look at my health journey, if I am consistent with my diet and my exercise, and now with doTERRA, I am finding extreme relief. So let's see here, what else I want to share. I am so supported, so well supported through these supplements, and I am seeing all of these symptoms that I have struggled with just in the last 2.5 years of perimenopause, just disappear. And it's really been amazing. Did we want to have them comment, Trina, or are we not doing that?
Oh,
What did you think?
feel free. That's great.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving right along.
Okay. So there are two approaches to health. I'm so glad you're feeling better too. I'm right there in that same situation with you, where you kind of think, I've hit a wall. This is my age. Doesn't get any better than this. And then just to realize that there's hope and there can be significant change. So looking at the screen here and talking about the two different approaches to health, the modern and the natural. The modern approach just usually addresses symptoms by using pills and prescriptions that can often cause more symptoms in a never-ending cycle. And as a result of that, the root is often overlooked. Sometimes I feel like we go to the doctor and we have multiple symptoms and they look at each one individually instead of looking at the body as a whole.
Yeah.
So here's a couple of crazy stats to think about. Diabetes has increased by 700% since 1960. 50% of children are obese in the United States today. And according to the CDC, 90% of healthcare spending goes to managing chronic disease. Just shows how hard it is to be healthy here in America. Yeah. But if you look at the natural approach on the right, we're addressing the body's root cause of your health concern. So instead of putting a Band-Aid on a symptom, we're getting to the root cause of what was actually causing that symptom. That's something I really love about doTERRA is we have naturopath doctors on staff who help us set up different protocols to find solutions to help an individual person, as every body is different. And our team is all about offering education and solutions. We do targeted workshops. So this year we've talked to functional medicine doctors on hormones, liver detox. We've done healthy weight management, a 90-day detox, parasite cleanse, and lots more targeted solutions where we can really work on getting to the root cause. A lot of symptoms arise merely due to nutrient deficiencies. Did you know that 96% of Americans don't get the nutrients that they need? No matter how healthy we eat, grass-fed, all organic, doing all of the things, we're not getting the nutrients our bodies need because the soil is no longer nutrient dense. Since we've been spraying so many chemicals on our fields, on our soil for so many years, there's no longer the nutrients in the soil to then transfer to the food and then to transfer to our bodies. So we've become a nation struggling with nutrient deficiencies. Here's a fun little quick quiz to just kind of get to the root of that. How many oranges would you need to eat today to get to receive the same amount of vitamin C that you would have received 100 years ago? And you can put the answer in the chat. The answer is 8. So imagine if you're a family of 5, that's 40 oranges a day, each person needing to eat 8 oranges in order to get the same nutrients from an orange grown 100 years ago. I don't think we could feed that many to our family. And that kind of goes to show why supplements are necessary and how much we are lacking in nutrients that our bodies need. And then nutrient deficiencies can contribute to symptoms like brain fog and energy and joint pain, all those things that people normally contribute just to aging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And here's the deal, to feel our best, we need to tackle these 3 big things: inflammation and nutrient deficiency and toxic overload. Inflammation is like your body's help signal. It's great when you're injured and not so much when it's constantly triggered by sugar and processed foods. Chronic inflammation equals big health issues if you look at this list on the right of the screen. Toxic overload, from day one, we're hit with chemicals in our foods, in our products, in the air we breathe, and it all adds up and can leave us feeling run down and tired and vulnerable. Our detox organs can only do so much to filter those toxins out, and then they start to get sluggish. So this brings us to why doTERRA.
That's right. Why doTERRA? Well, many supplements aren't regulated and often don't even contain the main ingredient listed on the bottle, which is super sad. So when you go buy your supplements from Target, Amazon, Costco, you really don't know what you're getting. But doTERRAs are clinically backed, developed by real doctors, and constantly tested for purity and potency. doTERRA is pretty much obsessed with purity, which I am very thankful for. When I went out to Utah to take a tour and see the campus, I found that they even test the air and the water quality of the facility just to make sure everything stays pure. They test their oils 54 times from dirt to doorstep. So from when it's pulled out of the ground all the way to when it arrives, or gets ready to go out the door, to you. If they don't have an ingredient, the supplement will go out of stock because they are not willing to alter the formula. And that's awesome to me. They are continually working with doctors to develop and test the supplements, and everything is third-party tested. Another reason that's listed here, the co-impact sourcing, is really super cool. That means that each plant has a natural origin, an origin where it began. You can take a plant from Minnesota, I believe, and take it down to Texas and try to grow that plant and get it to bloom and develop and do the same things, but it's a totally different environment than its original environment. So doTERRA has partnered with countries all over the world, and they source their ingredients from their native countries. So I may be messing this up, so Trina can help me if I do, but it's super cool how they work with farmers in those native areas to get the plants and get the plants to the best quality.
Yes. So good. And that is really the main thing I think that makes doTERRA different, and it makes them the leader in essential oils, because it matters where those plants are sourced, and they grow those oils for where they natively thrive. So you can see when you look at the map that not many of the plants are actually grown in the US. Most of them are sourced in Hawaii. I mean, some are in Hawaii and on the East Coast, but most are grown natively wherever they grow around the world. And I love that doTERRA really cares about the co-impact part, where we're helping those countries and they're helping us. There's a story that they told about wintergreen. When you tour at doTERRA, they take you around and you get stories from a couple of the places. Wintergreen is grown in Nepal, and the farmers were harvesting the wintergreen early because they really needed the money. And doTERRA came along and said, if you all will grow these until they're completely ready instead of harvesting early, we'll actually pay you more. And I love that we can stand behind a company that does that kind of thing, where we're taking care of the people and the plants. If you take a look at this wellness pyramid, this is a doTERRA wellness pyramid, not the same kind of pyramid you saw in school growing up. You'll notice at the very bottom is foundational wellness, and that's what the bundle is that you'll see there. And the green line says nutrition and digestion, and we like to add in elimination there too. If we're not getting the nutrition that our body needs, our bodies will let us know. And if there's a struggle with digestion, then we won't actually absorb the nutrients from the foods or the supplements or even medication. And then with elimination, we need to be using the restroom 1 to 2 times a day to eliminate those toxins. And if that isn't happening, then we're holding those toxins in, and they need to do something. So our bodies are really smart and can do a lot of healing when we give them the basics of what they need. And starting with a good foundation is key. That way we're not trapping those toxins in and causing all kinds of havoc. As we focus on foundational wellness, we're filling our nutrient gaps with BMG Plus. We're supporting the brain, heart, and health heart, and reducing inflammation with the E omegas. And we're balancing gut bacteria and supporting healthy digestion with this PB Restore. And these 3 products together are called foundational wellness. So terms to know: when you look at bioavailability and bioretention, most of the supplements on the market are only 20 to 30% bioavailable, which means you're keying out the rest of that. If you think about taking a hard pressed vitamin from the store, you take it and then your body has to figure out what to do with it. And then it takes what it recognizes and you pee out the rest. So if the vitamin is made of ingredients your body doesn't recognize, you're literally flushing your money down the toilet. Think of it like a vitamin shelf in your body. When that shelf is fully stocked with vitamins and minerals, your body has what it needs to help support your immune system, help you heal, and keep your energy up. But if you were to run into a virus, your body will start searching for that vitamin C. If it can't find what it needs stocked up within you, you'll end up feeling tired, and then your immunity will be lower. That's why it's so important to keep your body stocked with the right nutrients. It can't function at its best without them. So this is where doTERRA is different. Their supplements are made from ingredients that our bodies do recognize, and they're 80 to 90% bioavailable. And that bioretention refers to how much of that supplement stays in the body for it to utilize through the day, which we'll talk about in a minute. But it's one of the reasons why I think that Amy's feeling better and why I was able to get my energy back, because that stays in my body for about 8 hours. So I'm not having that afternoon crash. Vitamins, minerals, and greens. That's what VMG Plus stands for. And that plus stands for essential oils. This is a daily nutrient drink with over 90 whole food ingredients, including fruits and vegetables, probiotics, digestive enzymes. This is designed to fill those gaps in our diet. Each sachet contains 3 to 4 servings of nutrient-dense greens plus liposomal technology. which makes it more bioavailable than other supplements. doTERRA's study showed that 91% of VMG Plus stayed in the system for 8 hours, keeping those nutrients available for when your body needs them. And I think they actually taste good. It's a pineapple mango flavor, and it's something I look forward to each day because my body uses it as fuel, and I can tell when I don't have it. Um, do you want to share a little bit about your experience, Amy? I know you tried these two, and now you take the pill form, correct?
Yeah, yeah. And I love the flavor of the VMG Plus, and I like drinking it. But I was having some bloating and some digestion issues. And so one of our awesome gals on our team that just knows so much more about it had recommended I try the capsule form. And I I love it. I mean, I've got all my issues cleared up, I guess. I'll spare you any of the details, but yeah, much better. And um, everything that's in them, like I just I don't want to go a day without taking everything now. I know how much better I feel now. And so it's awesome. But yeah,
Great.
it's called the LLV, which is it's much like it's just very, very similar to the drink. You just take it in capsule form. So
Yes. And when we get to the detox, I'll have you share a little
yes.
bit about what symptoms that you're
Yes.
having, and then what solutions that you've seen.
Awesome.
Talking just a little more about VMG Plus first, it's 540% more bioavailable than regular supplements. And that's because of its essential oils and liposomal technology. And when it comes to tackling inflammation, VMG Plus showed some impressive results. It reduced CRP by 43.5%, which means it can help ease chronic pain, boost your energy, and make you feel better. And then in just 6 weeks, VMG Plus helped reduce biological age by 2 years. It's not just about looking youthful, it's about feeling better on the inside with better cell health and vitality. And I actually recently had a scan that did show my skin age reduced by 2 years, Amy. I don't know if I told you that, but
No,
it is
that's
showing.
so
Yeah,
cool.
which is neat after about a
Oh,
year on these supplements.
yes, that's amazing.
Here is another success story too. Sherry is one of our friends in doTERRA. She had migraines for 18 months and prescriptions masked, I'm sorry, 18 migraines per month. And for years and years, she masked those with prescription medicines. And she said for 2 years, the shots decreased those migraines. But after she got on foundational wellness plus collagen, 5 months into that, she stopped having any injections at all. And last year, she only had 6 total migraines. So she has just found a whole new life with foundational wellness. She didn't know that nutrition was what her body needed so that it wouldn't act out the way it was acting out. And another testimony here, we have Sarah, who lost 100 pounds. And so she wanted to do something about her skin sagging, and our collagen made a tremendous difference for her. And she said she actually saved money by switching from the doctor's office collagen to doTERRA's.
That's amazing. Cool. Yeah.
And now we'll talk about omegas. Is this your screen or mine?
I think this one is yours, but
Okay.
I do get to talk about omegas too. So
Okay, I'll do this one here. There are two main types. You have omega 6s and omega 3s. Omega 6s trigger inflammation, and that's your body's way of protecting itself. And it's a problem because most of us are overloaded with omega 6s with processed foods and just not getting enough omega 3s in our diet to balance those out. Ideally, we want a 1-to-1 ratio, but most people are closer to 16-to-1. And this imbalance can lead to chronic inflammation, joint pain, fatigue, all those things that sometimes you notice if you have processed sugar. You might have a crash. But those just become, you kind of get used to them after a while when your omegas are unbalanced. Unless you're eating 2 cans of high quality tuna a day, which gross, I don't think any of us want to do that, you are not getting enough omega-3s.
Okay, how do omegas help? This is my screen. I do love taking the omegas, and I am having my husband take them as well. Inflammation, well, sorry, I'm going to go by my notes instead of the screen. For your heart, omegas help lower your blood pressure, which, as I had stated in some of my testimony, my blood pressure went from about 110/80 to 108/62. I was so excited to get that news at the doctor the other day. Okay, so omegas help lower your blood pressure, reduce your triglycerides, and keep your arteries flexible. For your brain, they're basically brain food. They support focus and memory. For your metabolism, omegas help balance your blood sugar, support a healthy weight by improving how your body uses insulin. And for longevity, people with higher omega-3 levels have a lower risk of serious diseases. E omega plus, which is what doTERRA has, it makes sure you're getting what your body needs so you feel good now and stay healthy for the long haul. And I can definitely say the inflammation in my body has extremely lowered with that shoulder and the hip pain and the lower back pain being essentially gone completely. I can't believe it. It's pretty amazing.
So good. Since our bodies can't make omega-3s, we have to get them from supplements or from food. So experts recommend 500 milligrams a day, but most of us only get 90 milligrams, and we miss out on so many health benefits. So E omega plus delivers 900 milligrams of omega-3s per servings. And doTERRA added wild orange essential oil to it. That has limonene, which helps manage cholesterol, boosts energy, and supports inflammation. And it also keeps you from having that fishy burp that you would normally have with omegas. They actually taste good. You can actually bite into the capsule and just swallow the juice and spit that capsule in the trash. Now, this is our PB Restore, which is for our gut biome. The gut plays a vital role in overall health and wellness being, and it's often called your second brain because a lot of symptoms will arise from an unhealthy gut. You can just see all those symptoms there. PB Restore is doTERRA's probiotic, but it's actually a pre, pro, and a postbiotic. In the image, you'll notice that double encapsulation. What that is, it's a time-released delivery system. So this allows a portion of the capsule to dissolve in your stomach and the rest to make it to your gut, which is where you need it. This unique method ensures billions of healthy intestinal flora are effectively delivered into your digestive system. And I think a lot of people are missing out on that with their probiotics because it just breaks down in the harsh stomach acid and doesn't get where it needs to go. Everyone can really benefit from a good probiotic, and this is the best one I've used. So this is a side note. The prebiotics feed the good bacteria. The probiotics are the good bacteria, and the postbiotics are beneficial compounds made by those bacteria. So you'll notice a lot of probiotics don't have the pre and the post in there.
That's awesome.
So these are the 3 products we talked about, which is giving your body what it needs in 2 minutes a day. It's super simple and affordable and makes it easy to be consistent. And being consistent is very key to your health journey. If you've ever tried something before and just fell off the wagon after a couple of weeks, then you know what I mean. It needs to be simple. And when you habit stack these 3 first thing in the morning, it really does only take 1 to 2 minutes. The VMG Plus will fill in the nutrient gaps because we're not getting the nutrients we need from our foods. The omegas are so vital because we're not making omega-3s, and it helps with heart and brain health and metabolism and hormone regulation too. And then you saw the other list of ways that it helps on the last screen. And then PB Restore is for balancing and healing our guts. I'll turn this one over to you, Amy.
Oh, yes. Okay. If you have gut issues and you're not eliminating 1 to 2 times a day, or maybe you're going too often, autoimmune, taking medication, whatever it might be, you may need to do something called a detox, which I am currently in the middle of my detox. It is a 90-day detox that I am on. So I've lost my track, but somewhere in the 60 range, and I feel tremendously better. And that is from taking the Zendocrine complex and the Mitomax 2. The Zendocrine complex aids in healthy cleansing and elimination, functions in the liver, kidneys, colon, lungs, skin cleansing and digestion. Because it's so important that we do eliminate and get those toxins out of our body 1 to 2 times a day. And then the building blocks make all of our organs work better together. So the Mitomax 2 is just good, healthy energy. Now, I love my coffee, but I will say that when I'm taking the Mitomax 2, like 1 cup a day seems to really just do it. It's a natural energy. And it just gives your cells all that good energy, natural energy that it needs, supports your metabolism, and can also help you recover from major sicknesses. So, this is part of my detox, and it has totally fixed all of my digestion issues so far. So I'm very thankful for the detox.
I love that because here, that's where you're pulling the weeds so that your body is ready for what it needs.
Yes, absolutely.
And that was your month one.
Yes.
So here is an example of what she has started out with this detox. My husband's actually doing this one too, to just prepare the gut to accept nutrients and vitamins the way it's supposed to, instead of having any inflammation or bloating or any of the other problems that happens when our body's trapping those toxins inside.
Yeah.
And I would love for you to tell a little bit about what you've noticed about MetaPower Advantage too. Here we have our MetaPower Advantage, which is our collagen, and it's an add-on to the foundational wellness. It has just done so many things for hair, skin, nails, and right now collagen is super popular. So you're probably hearing about peptides. This is made up of 70% tripeptides, and we have 9 different kinds of marine collagen. It's unusual in the fact that it's freeze dried, so it's more potent. So when you add that water to it, it's like it's revitalized. It's kind of fresh that way. And it's not just about how you look again. This is helping your joints and your connective tissues, brain health and gut health, and your blood pressure and cholesterol levels. I think it's been really neat to see people get their blood work done. And then after being on MetaPower Advantage for a few months, having their blood work done again and seeing what that difference is. And then the other thing you'll notice that our collagen, they've added NMN, which is a precursor to NAD+. And we need NMN to help us produce NAD+, which is essential for cell repair and regeneration. But it peaks around age 25. And after that, your levels drop off. So then that brings wrinkles and joint pain and brain fog. So I love that we have something to help us in that that's natural and works with our body.
I agree. I have Brad taking this also. He's taking a lot of the products now and really loving them, but he is on blood pressure medicine, a low dose. And so between that helping him, helping his joints, and it's just helped me. I've been getting a lot of compliments on my hair, and you guys probably can't see it on the screen, but just we've been working outside a lot, and I leaned over and I said, "Does my scalp look really sunburnt?" And Brad goes, I don't know. I can't see your scalp anymore, remember?" And I was like, "Oh yeah."
So
Because
good.
my hair has just really just been doing so much better.
Mine has too. Actually, Christian calls it my doTERRA hair. He's like, I like doTERRA hair. He didn't used to like me to wear it down.
And
So
it's so beautiful and thick
gotten
and
really thick.
shiny. Yeah.
Here we have some targeted solutions. Once you work on this nutrition and digestion, you may want to up level to the next thing, because once you've worked on that nutrition, then 30% of the time, if there's anything left, you'll have that root cause pop up. It'll just make more sense what you need to work on, whether that be movement and metabolism, managing stress, reducing toxicity, informed self-care, and then up here we have proactive medical care. So we continue to work with you and coach you just like a person at Whole Foods supplement aisle. We're learning about these products, and we just love to share our knowledge as we help our families and help others. And here are the simple choices. The good is the foundational wellness bundle that we talked about with those three main products. That is what I'm taking right now. The better adds in that collagen, and you've seen some really pretty neat results here with collagen. And that has been something that has helped both of us. And then this best here is what Amy is doing now, which is a really neat reset, where first you prepare the soil, you're kind of pulling the weeds so that your body can handle what's next. And then you're cleansing in that month 2, and then you're renewing in that month 3. And if you start out with foundational wellness, you'll see here they give you a gift. There's a shaker bottle that you can shake up your greens first thing in the morning, just makes it really easy. And it comes with a peppermint oil. And I love peppermint for so many things, like for focus, for hot flashes. We're about to go on a plane to Utah next week, so I will be using that in the plane to keep my sinuses open, and to kind of, it doesn't offend people because it's a very nice smell. So I think I can use it as much as I want in the plane. What are some ways that you like to use peppermint, Amy?
It's great for headaches. It's great for fevers. It's great for allergies. Yes, mixing with lavender and for allergies, lemon and lavender. Yes.
I love
Um,
it for that too.
yeah, absolutely. So many good things with peppermint. Just don't get it in your eyes.
Yes, yes. And if you come to an in-home workshop, you'll get to smell all of these lovely oils. Um, doTERRA has a pretty cool rewards program right now. If you purchase the Foundational Wellness Bundle or any of the bundles that have foundational wellness in them, you earn a free essential oil every month. And it's really neat to try each one on and kind of add to your medicine cabinet as you learn more about how they help you. This month, On Guard is the oil that you can add to your cart. And it is so good for immune boosting. It smells terrific. You can diffuse it in your home. You can, wash your hands with it. You can clean with it. Do you have other ways that you use the On Guard?
It's great for this time of year when the illnesses come out. But no, yeah, that you've pretty much covered it. It
Okay.
it's great
And
for immune boosting.
absolutely. And they have a different one every month. So you can just see with digestin, that's great for digesting, and just go down the line, and there's a new one each month to try. So why doTERRA? Our families are basically the why that we're joining doTERRA. I work from home. I like to be available for my family. And so this is a really neat way to find natural solutions that help my family and help others, and also to create income for our families with a legacy business that we can pass down. Amy, do you have anything you want to add to this slide here?
our family has just been tremendously blessed in the 4 short months that I have just been taking it and then sharing different products with them. Um, Physically blessed. And so it just only makes sense to me to share a product that I can believe in and that I have used and it works. And going out to be able to visit the company, talk to the doctors, see the areas, see their testing protocol, and just how wonderful and serious and solid of a company that it is, it just makes sense for me to share it also. So we also, I work from home and homeschool the kids, and so we need me to have an income that works in that manner. And this is just, it aligns so well with my other beliefs that we're excited.
So glad to have you here too.
It's great to be here.
A little bit about the business. If you've been listening and you're interested in joining Amy, this has been a really beautiful place to work. The team that we've joined is the fastest growing team in the United States. And I just like to brag on that a little bit because they've offered so many resources to us and are such a beautiful community. dōTERRA is a $2.5 billion debt-free company, and they actually have a 75% retention rate. Customer retention in direct sales is generally 10 to 20%, but ours is 75 because we have products that customers just come back to every year. 59% of customers order monthly. And what Amy and I are doing here is building residual income that will last. And we are enjoying that we're making an impact on people's lives while we do that too. So we love to walk hand in hand with our customers. You don't need as many customers in a business like dōTERRA because we're building leaders and we're helping people in their journey on an individual basis at the same time. It's just been a really neat thing. And this is a cool fact too, that the biggest month in sales for dōTERRA was in December of 2024, when a lot of companies were failing. We were thriving. So I love to just end on a happy note like that. So thank you so much for coming, for being interested in taking charge of your health and being interested to learn with us today. If you're open to learning more, Amy will be reaching out to you to see about a time to meet one-on-one. And if you just want to remember the main focus of tonight, it's here on the screen, giving your body what it needs in 2 minutes a day with foundational wellness, and just focusing there on diet, nutrition, and that just helps your body to thrive. So thank you for coming and learning with us. And we look forward to talking to you soon.
Thanks.